day. From London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. The London Bulldogs taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
The National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Indianapolis. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Wentz. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Out to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception? What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got it bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there
because
raining.
Warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you got to make the change up. And
his first carry, he loses the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will set up sharp at their own 41-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation. Gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Powering forward. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And he coughed it up, and the Colts pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this 1st half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Rolling. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. Here's Wentz to throw. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll roll him out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He finds Smith out of the backfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Gardner. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 2. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. Nifty move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
It's complete to Williams. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
And he's going to use his legs here.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw here.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Brian Burns able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Well, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Back to throw again. Got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Space to run past the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll set up a throw. Finding Williams once more. Complete. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Being chased out left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. Gonzalez's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this fourth quarter.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
They run once more with Taylor.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now Wentz. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On first down, Wentz. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On play action, Wentz. Steps it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chase Young
able to record his 5th sack of the season. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. We still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's brought down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Looking here for Smith downfield. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. Back to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's brought down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Bulldogs are once again back in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return is Hines. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz to throw. That catch good for only a couple. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw taken in by Landry. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That stops the clock, but slow and steady won't win the race at this point. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And they'll run the option to start the drive. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Londoners, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left.